And sometimes you can give a hug, you kiss on the cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like kissing the cheek.
I'm not kissing anyone's wife. Not like if you haven't seen her for a while, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I feel, and then, especially if they're friendly too, they're like, oh. And then the guy's just looking at you in the back and like,
yeah.
100 million OnlyFans.
I mean, without the wife, what's up?
Oh, you doing it all?
You said like what? 100 mil? I'm not selling my soul or nothing.
Welcome to As Per Usual. I'm one of your hosts, Chopay Scoop Moore.
Chef Fana over here.
Welcome back. We're back in 2024. Before we get started, though, I want to say, can you please subscribe to the podcast? We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Please hit the like button. It really goes a long way in helping us grow our As Per Usual, our As Per Usual community. We appreciate you all, and we look forward to sharing some more good times for you in 2024. So, if it's your first time watching our podcast, shame on you. But nonetheless, welcome to the family. We are an entertainment and lifestyle podcast. As three first-generation, we're missing one of us, but our guy Julian, but it's just two of us now, but three first-generation West African young men. We strive to share a relatable voice with our peers, as well as create a platform for others to gain perspective on our experiences and our opinions. So we're back. It's been a while since we recorded an episode. Chef Fano, we're back here in 2024. Appreciate you. Yeah. Appreciate you coming back.
I've been challenging you.
Oh! Thank you. We're back.
That little intro, like, it describes what the whole, because everybody does podcasts and
for sure.
Do different things, sports, this, that. Everybody have their little niche of like doing, and I didn't want us to just have like whatever and just sit here, but like you described it perfectly, three first generation.
Yeah, that's going to be the motto every time we start recording. We're gonna repeat that
as we go forward. I want to bring other people on the show,
absolutely,
who would just like to bring in, make it another space where we're going to talk about other things, but. As proceed, yes, Chef Fana here, yes, as per usual. We're missing Jules, but he'll be back.
Yeah.
Isn't he in Africa right now?
Yeah, he's in South Africa. He went to visit South Africa, and I know it's been a while since we recorded an episode, but we hit the drawing board and try to get everything back out. So we want to shout out our new cameraman that's helping us out, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Shout out you. We appreciate you coming through.
All right.
And this is the first, helping us improve our quality, and we'll see where it goes from there. But man, we appreciate you coming through today on a Friday night to kick it with us and help us record and show. Got my boy Tony in the background. You want a way where you can hear your voice? You even want to? Yeah, what up? He's going to be, if I start saying anything too much, he's going to give me a little tap on the shoulder and let me know it's to chill. Yeah, enforcement on that. So, city update. So, I actually have a question for you. So, we started this, the first episode we recorded was around this time 3 years ago, if you remember. So, 2021. So I got a question for you. How do you feel like you've grown since we started the podcast about 3 years ago now? It's crazy. It was around that time when we done the first episode.
Grown specifically within the podcast?
Within and out, all together, yeah.
The reason why I asked within the podcast is because...
Start with within the podcast.
Right. Within the podcast, I think what I've grown is I've tried to slow down my talking. So, like, because I feel like I'm a fast talker, being from Liberia, West Africa. We just, like, so, like, but on the pod, like, I'm pretty good at not talking over people, I like my guys get their stuff off. But I like to speed up, so I feel like the more on the pod, just, like, get my periods and, like, I'm actually writing a sentence, you know what I'm saying? So I can really...
Period, stop.
Yeah, so I can actually stop, pause, go, so my sentences and my paragraphs I'm trying to make within these words can actually get across properly.
That's dope.
So I think that with that part we're going.
Yeah.
Within life in general, I mean,
it's right. 3 years is an eternity.
Within those 3 years, I mean, I've gotten deeper into my entrepreneurship with my food truck, as you know. And if you follow us you always hear me talk about it from when I first got my truck to little updates of me being in Miami, and funnel_flavor if you don't follow the food page. Usually all my updates and everything happens on there. But man, a lot, man. Just ups, downs, happiness, just seeing the joy on people's face, enjoying my food, just building this clientele, building this fan base of people who actually, like, how you're doing something and, like, you don't realize, like, you watch celebrities, they get to shine, people, but then when you're actually, I'm not saying I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm not saying none of that.
I think I know where you're going with it.
Right, but it's like when you're seeing people actually like want like your services or something that you provide and like urging for it, it's like and when you're not doing it for the money, and you're getting that response from people, that warmth,
that
you know what I'm saying?
You get a good feeling from that.
Like, no matter
sure.
when
That's
I have
awesome.
like bad days on the truck and I'm not selling out or whatnot, but the few customers that do come through and they repost and they shout me out, and I'm like, wow, they're really like, so that just be enough for me, of course. For sure. But yeah, so a lot of growth, and I mean, I've always been the guy who knew how to take punches. So.
Oh, okay. But how do you think you got that? I don't know. Built that tough skin just through.
Just growing up in West Africa,
in Liberia,
just growing up, in Liberia and the Ivory Coast. But I think these three years you speak about specifically, I've grown in the business world a lot.
That's awesome.
I think the business, because I was always in the health field and as a ABA teacher and all that other stuff and everything else I did. But now I'm actually in the business world and really focusing on that. I've grown in it.
That's awesome.
And knowing what it's all about.
Yeah.
Not fully, but
I was gonna say. So what's the next step? Well, you're always learning. But what do you feel like in that aspect? What do you think is the next in that growth, or what do you have on the horizon?
For right now, the next step, because the business, when to tell you, I was telling myself, I'm gonna beat this. But like they say, the first 2 years is when you don't see no residual income. You don't like it's all the build up stage. Yeah. So it's a real thing. Like I was really building everything up. Gotcha. So here on out I'm really trying to fully base myself in Miami because I have a good clientele over there.
Miami.
I'm trying to not like fully in Miami, but I'm trying to be around it. Like maybe like Fort Lauderdale or like Hollywood.
Is that all 305? Fort Lauderdale is a different area code.
305, 786, 786.
That's like Pitbull. Pitbull's
like Miami area, huh?
Pitbull.
Yeah, of course. Pitbull's like Miami. Yeah.
Is he still popping in Miami?
Pitbull's like mainstream, like commercial, like
big.
techno.
He had a run.
Party different, it's different.
Yeah, I remember like he would have that hit that everyone would know.
Yeah, I mean, Pitbull definitely.
Like that's dope. That's dope, man. Much more success on the way on that for sure. So first within the podcast, so 3 years. I feel like I've become less guarded for what I feel like I was more guarded and we would always have those conversations when we talk. But yeah, I just feel like I've grown a lot just in terms of expressing myself and talking and just, being known that like this is a safe space, I guess. And just like I can share. I didn't have to hold back. I felt like I held back a lot when I first started. Not even knowing it, like not even doing it on purpose. Just like, or maybe like, I don't know, like I would just do it. I'll just find myself like not talking or kind of holding back. Or like not wanting to share a story, but like now, just like even in my everyday life, I just feel more free. Like I go with the flow, and like things have just been a lot easier for me to like express myself on the podcast. So I feel like I've grown in terms of expressing myself.
What got you to that point?
Just conversations with you for sure, and just becoming more confident in myself and comfortable with myself and experiences and things like that. So. Yeah, I think that's really it for me on the podcast. But in terms of like in life. You zoned in? You're kind of like zoned out.
No, I'm listening to you.
The way you are, you're just like...
I'm not even looking at that.
I know. No, because I feel like I'm... Like, but just in terms of growth, I feel like in my career-wise, I've found myself like kind of... I know the industry that I want to work in, which I'd never really had. But like I know I found my niche in like project management work. Like I know I'm really good at that. I know that I feel really comfortable in that space. So like that's felt good. Again, like finding happiness, just going through a lot of new life experiences and things like that for the first time and just experiencing that and making either the right or wrong decisions, but either way, learning from it and expanding and knowing that these things are going to come around again in life. Nice. So it's just to now, learn how to deal with it and how to get through it and, move on and make the right decisions to then, proceed the right way. So
I feel you on that one. Like from the career part, from like what you just said, learning from life, even good or bad.
And now it's just growth now. Now it's turned for me as leveling up and just like kind of putting away like all of the, I'm just going to use the word petty. I don't know the word, petty might not be the right word, but I'll just use the word like petty things that like I like used to get into or things that were like distractions and really kind of just lock in now on just like furthering my life, like in all aspects, career, even faithfully, like really just locking in and just continuing the growth and just seeing what's next and embracing change. Also, that's a big one. I hate change. Like, I'm someone that, you could have called me out.
I'm just agreeing with you. I didn't call you out. I just agreed with you.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm just agreeing with you.
I know, just in terms of, because like I've always, like we're in Cambridge now, and like I grew up here, and like even though I moved away for a year, which I've shared on the podcast, I lived in DC for a year. Besides that, like I've just always been used to the same things, like the same routine, and like now just hitting a point where that is starting to get stale and wanting something new. You know, like now it's like, don't be scared of like what's gonna happen next. Like embrace it. Like even if it's the worst thing that happens, you're gonna learn from it, right. And it's like, it's crazy to think like the very worst thing can fucking happen to you. Like as long as you're not dead, like you're gonna learn from it, and you know you're gonna continue to move on and progress from there. So
it's a real thing, though.
Yeah, and it's like I never really understood that until now. Like not now, like not today, but like recently, like the last year or so, and it's just like. Kind of like not being afraid of it, but so like that's how I feel. And then again, like experiences, like relationships, friendships, just like the ups and downs of that, and you know, just seeing how things can go. More so relationships, like that's one for me that was really like deep. So it was good to learn from it, and then and then you move on in life.
Is there anyone specific?
Nah, we're not going to talk about anything specific.
What do you
not today. You're not going to get to any relationship talk today. Let's get into the first topic now. We got to relationship talk last time, and we already I got into the last episode that we did.
I'm just saying, like...
Nah, I'm not in a relationship kind of mood to talk about, but we got our first topic.
What do you know what to talk about?
First topic that we got here. I got a nice little paragraph to read off.
Let's hear it.
So ready to go? All right, so with all the changes in the world, AI, global warming, social media, the world is in a negative state right now. It feels like the toxic lifestyle is being glorified. How do you keep? So I'm asking you, City. How do you keep a level head and keep the main thing? Is there anything that you practice? I have you. It doesn't matter. But is there anything that you practice to keep yourself sane in today's day and age? Something that you want to share that could help a viewer. You never know. Someone listening can take that. But like, how do you feel? Like you already know.
Wait, isn't that you practice?
You want me to start?
Yeah, is anything that you, right?
Something that I started practice was prayer, but like that's not for everyone.
So you actually been praying in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning, I get on my knees. Even throughout the day, like if I have time, I just like even throughout the day, like I'll say thank you. Like again, religion's not for everyone. I'm a Christian, so that's where I grew up, and like that's what I've been molded in. So yeah, it's something that I never did, and like I kind of never understood it when I was younger, but. I guess as an adulthood and like life, I started to. I didn't. So like I was exposed to it, but like I was never like religious. Like my parents were super religious. Like like my mom grew up. My grandfather, her father is a pastor. So like she grew up in the church. Like that's all that she ingrained in us. Like we went to church every Sunday. I just never gravitated to it. Going like I never, just me personally, I never gravitated.
You're a stubborn kid. Using my parents are all going to church. I'm going to church today.
I went to church though.
So you just went. I'm trying to dig into it. Like so you just went to go, but whatever they were saying in church, they didn't register.
I got the lesson. I got the lesson from it, but I remember like people would like go follow. Tony can control something. Like people would get into spirit, and they would be like,
I didn't understand
what it was. I was like, how is that happening?
I mean, like the Holy Ghost and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Holy Ghost. Yeah.
I mean, those things are deep. When I was younger too, it's kind of the same thing. You understand, but like it's like a spiritual thing. Like we're all like a spiritual being. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about that stuff, we're all spiritual beings.
For sure.
You feel me? So it's like, cause when we die, all this when it goes away, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This still lives on. Like all the physical goes away, but our spirit in some way somehow. You know what I'm saying? So. And even when they say God, when we talk about God, they say God is not like a physical thing.
For sure.
They say God is a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? So when like I'm religious, but I'm not saying I'm deep in the Bible. But growing up, I was always in the church. Like kind of like that's why I was asking you that, because I was in the church all the time, but I didn't fully understand everything. Like the Holy Ghost would be like, wait, why is she? But I knew the Bible. I kind of knew the roots of being a good person, of doing, so the basics. Even when I moved out of my parents' house, I made sure I went to church every other Sunday. Because I feel like it's a thing you take from you. Whatever discipline you take away from how you're brought up is where you go. So to answer your question is, I try to keep discipline in certain ways.
Yeah.
Like sometimes for me, making sure I go I go to the gym and do certain things, and I go to church and do certain things, and like that, like, you know what I'm saying, that routine is like, you gotta keep yourself level-headed in a way where we gotta understand, and also to understand the world. Yeah, there's gonna be good, there's gonna be bad. Don't get sucked into like social media. Don't get sucked into the negative, because like some people be like, oh, like I was telling you one time, people be like, oh, I'm shutting off social media, I'm done. And I'm like, all right, cool. It just depends what you're taking from these, because there's so much positive and so much negative. Sometimes the negatives can outshine the positive. I get it, but it's how you're taking it. So I just go through life like that. There's good people, there's bad people. So there's gonna be good days, there's gonna be bad days. You feel me? But for today, I'm gonna always be me though. I'm gonna always be good. If I can help, I'm gonna help. However it is, I'm just gonna keep moving.
Just gonna be yourself, just through it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be myself through it all. Not just go stray me. Because you have to have some type of morals. You have to stand on something. You know, you can go today and make that thing change.
But like, how about if everything like around you is going bad? Plus, you know, just the climate of the world in general. Like, so just everything just seems to be falling on you at that time. You just still yourself. Like, how do you then? And it just feels like you just need a moment, or you're just like, you completely, you know, kind of drained is the word.
Because with growth, I've learned that all these things that's piling up on you, it's not gonna happen 30 days in a row. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Out the month. And I'm just saying that, I'm just giving you a little example.
For sure.
It may not even happen 7 days in a row in that week. Feel me? So, like I said, with growth, because early on, when those things happen, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know we can all relate to that. Like, you that anxiety that like you think it's the end of the world. You think that it's gonna be no solving, but then with growth and with experience, you get to find out that, well, some people still react the same way no matter what time of their life they are. Yeah. But I will speak for myself. For me, with more growth, I've always just been me. If something was happening right now, I'm always the person who's like, what's next? I'm always going to be so composed. I'm always going to be like, what's next?
Like, do you have like a sorry, a question here. Like, do you ever have a second where like, cause like this is what I'm trying to learn, but I'm asking you if it happens to you, where it's like, you know, things are happening, and then like you have that like slight second of like doubt where you're just like, but like you snap out of it quickly, or like you not snap out, but like, you know,
I know what
experience it.
It'd be like,
then you keep going. Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, this is how this shit's about to end out. They're like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was asking.
I get you that, but
that's something I didn't have.
It depends what area it is. That's for me, a lot of my things literally has been happening for my food truck.
Got you.
Like,
I have a question.
And you know what I'm saying with the food truck? Like, even that one time, I even told you, like, I busted tear one time too. Like, probably like sometime, you know, end of October, I busted tear to my mom, bro. I called, I was like, I
remember you telling me.
And then, I was telling you that, right? It was just like, it was just before that month came, 3-4 months before, it was just like, I'm thinking I'm gonna get the up on this thing happening, and then boom, it falls through. It doesn't fall through. And then this thing happened, and then boom, I'm like, God damn. And then I'm banking on this one or two things that's about to happen, everything else fall through, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I just wanted to talk about it, and I called my mom, and I'm just telling her about it, and all of a sudden tears just started to come out. It just felt like that overwhelming, like, God damn. I'm just like, then I got off the phone, and she's out, because she was at work, so she was like, hold on, she got off the floor or whatever, and then she was because she does a 1-to-1 or whatever. She got someone to cover her up real quick. She talked to me, and then like you say, I stay prayed up. I got off the phone with her. I'm like, damn, God, I don't think I'm that wicked. Like, I feel like I do good enough in this world. Like, I'm relatable enough. Like, but then after you do that, it's like you let yourself free out, and then you come back, and then as you believe. Like, if you say you're a Christian, you believe that he's going to do on his time. His time is the best time. So I get myself back. I would say there's always that thought in my head. I get myself back, and I'm like, I bet. Let me get back to play. And then things just start to go how they're supposed to go. And then surely.
You've always been strong-minded. You know,
I have a breath now. Before, I felt like I couldn't breathe, but now it's like.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to take it in the way of, like, I'm going to look at it in the aspect of, just like how much everything is changing, just in terms of technology. Remember, we kind of had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, just in terms of like AI, like that shit's really taking, like we're being listened to, like all like our devices, everything, like that shit fucking, it's like freaks me out. Like when you really think about it, deeply, of just like from the ads, like you could be thinking something that just jumps up on the TV.
I be thinking about iRobot. Every time I see everything, I think about iRobot. Because when I think about when I first saw that movie, I was like, damn. people are playing around, but this shit might be the future. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be having robots living. You're gonna be controlled by robots in some ways. You're gonna be robot cops in some way.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think you would have? You think you would have AI working?
What, robot employees?
Yeah, at one point.
I don't know about
for real,
that.
you don't think you would do? You would just be like, "No, I'm not fucking with it." Like, if it was an
No,
option,
I'm not.
You're not fucking with it.
Why would it be under enforcement to do some shit like they're doing with the fucking vaccine and shit? Basically,
But
depending on where you work at, but no. What's the robot gonna
Imagine
make? We're gonna be making some jollof rice for me. You gonna make some fufu on the truck.
Just program it and it knows. It'll just know immediately.
I mean, it would be some perfect
Yeah,
ass bald ass
right?
fufu they're gonna make every time come out. Cause you program it, you need this much seasoning.
That would be crazy.
This much.
That'd be the real iRobot for real.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just in the back of my head. I wouldn't be thinking straight. Like,
and then global warming too. I remember when I was like in 10th grade on the global, and like we went to go see the movie. It was called The Inconvenient Truth. I don't know if they made you watch it in high school, but like it was an Al Gore movie, and like he was talking about it all, and like now like it was crazy how long ago that was, and like you really see the changes of it happening. It just feels like the Earth is kind of just deteriorating, like small, like, right?
I think I've been good enough.
Right, small, like my.
But it's a real thing.
Don't you feel it? That's how I feel.
Before I flew here on Wednesday, the flights was everything. I ended up like, but there's a little tour that whatever.
Yeah.
I was in Miami for a few days, and I ended up in freaking then I was in Atlanta for a few days, or for a day, and then I ended up in Orlando.
Wow.
Bro, it was cold in Miami and raining. When I mean cold, like jacket wearing cold.
Wow.
Then, I mean, it's still winter season, but still, like, I get to Atlanta, it was 13 degrees. 13 degrees, is that real? So now I get to Orlando, thinking I'm escaping something.
It was cold.
It's 24 degrees.
I didn't know it gets that cold there.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So now I'm like, well, being my sister is not that much. I must as well just be here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because no matter where I go.
So imagine if you were out there, it'd be cold. People would be coming up to you in sweaters and puffer jackets in Miami.
I mean, it would be cool because my truck, I need to get me an AC installed in there. So right now,
right
I'll be enjoying
cool,
it. It would be cool. It would be warm in there.
That's crazy.
So I'll be warm in there.
Yeah, man. But it just, in terms of it all, man, it's scary. So like I said, just stay prayed up and kind of.
And build a bunker.
Yeah.
Everybody's building bunkers these days now.
Bunker up, baby. And kind of on that side, and this is more of a question for you because you already know my answer to this one. But in terms of like, because we're at that age now, mid-30s, of just like building a family of our own, whatever. Like, do you think in today's day and age, how would you go about it? What would you think the best practices, and what would your parenting style be?
Well, I'm a disciplinarian.
Hey.
For a fact, so
the way he talks to me,
like
so
my kids,
he practices on me for his future.
My kid's gonna be right. So all this extra shit that's going on, right. Their mom better be ready to not be put her mouth in nothing when I'm checking it out, because you need, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to, like for me, like my relationship with my dad was good growing up. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he had his issues for right now. Me and him are shaky. So, but I feel like you pick and choose which route to go.
Yeah.
As you're growing up. So for me,
think of something.
Right. So for me, I picked a route to learn from everything that I didn't like.
Yeah. I agree.
From that. So I definitely want to be there with the kids, with my son, my daughter. Sports, events, practices, whatever they got to do. But I feel like I'm a good person, and they're gonna learn from. They're gonna learn from that, because kids are sponges.
For sure.
Whatever is around them.
Yeah, they're gonna pick that up quick, and then that's ingrained in them.
That's what it is. So if you're not a good parent around the house, you're not, especially a good father. I'm gonna speak from my perspective. You're not a good father. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna pick up the right thing. So
yeah. In terms of I'm gonna answer the question. In terms of like parenting style, I think, and like this is to an extent, and you're probably gonna get at me for this. We'll see. But to like be, I kind of like I want to be like my kid's best friend. Like I want to be a friend.
I agree.
Like I didn't get that really growing up. I was more like in the disciplinary. To an extent, yeah, that's what I mean. To an extent, but like for real, like I want like my kid to be someone like to an extent, like you said, but like someone that they're always comfortable around and can literally say anything to. Right. Like nothing's off limits because like I didn't get that in my childhood, in my youth, so I wouldn't want to deprive that. Like you want your kid to be 100% themselves around you.
No,
like,
I agree with that. I agree with that because I always say this part. I always say when we grow up, right?
Yeah.
When we go have friends, like who do we have to bond with? Who do we have to talk to? You know what I'm saying?
When we were growing up, we didn't really have anybody.
That's what I'm trying to say, though. Yeah. So, of course, you're depending on your best friend, but they could be your best friend. You know what I'm saying? In a sense where you can make that place where your parents your kids can understand that.
For sure.
Yes, I am the head of this place and I do run shit, but you can come to me and I will talk to you in a way where it would be
from a
pleasant.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Right, no, yeah. I definitely want to have that open. Yeah. I was watching a movie the other day. What movie was I watching? I forget what movie. I was watching a show. No, I was watching a show. I watched the show the other day. And
you missed that one.
The daughter, she kept saying, no matter what anybody told her, she was like, my dad didn't say that. If my dad wanted me to do that, he would have told me that. Like, just the way how she was sucking
dad's little girls?
Dad's little girl, but just the way how her and dad's bond was, like, there was no way something wasn't happening if her dad wasn't coming from her dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she's like, me and my dad we talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though she respected him, but for me, I feel like respect. I don't like fear, respect. Some people try to get respect through fear.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not my way.
That's not how you're supposed to do it.
Right, and that's not how I'm going to do with my kids. I'm going to put fear in them.
They'll resent you at the end if it's a parent-kid. They'll resent you.
Right,
later.
because when I check them, but they're going to know why I'm checking them. I'm not about to be all hawking them, but when, you know what I'm saying, we won't talk about things, but I'm not trying to put the fear in them where it's like, oh, they don't want to see daddy or be around daddy. No, not that type of fear.
Sure.
But in a different way.
I understand. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't want to... There's going to be no fear. There's going to be no intimidation factor for me if I'm ever blessed to be a parent. No kind of intimidation factor. No kind of,
Respect.
And, respect. You're going to respect. You're going to know that from the jump. But, I'm your friend. I'm there. I'll always be there for you. But, yeah, for that. We got some fun topics here, but I think this one, I'm going to go with this one. We could go crazy. Not crazy, but, like, it's a funny story I saw. But I kind of like this question for you. It's kind of on that relationship kind of vibe. If a guy proposes to a woman and the woman says no, do you think the relationship is over?
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't know.
I love this. I love this kind of shit right here.
I feel like it's one of those good questions to have, like, at least one or two things.
Oh, you want to see it?
No, we could talk about it.
We
could talk about it, but it's like,
good.
For me, it'll be awkward.
Yeah, what's the point of continuing it?
I mean, maybe, because the thing is, maybe she's not really at that moment. It depends how she tells you it. Maybe you propose, right? She tells you, like, hey, I do want to be with you. I do want to marry you. But taking this right now, I don't want to. But no, it depends how she says it. I'm just saying, it depends how she says it. It depends. And then if you accept it. But you know what I'm saying? But if she comes off and lets you know, like, yo, I'm not ready. Because when you propose, you're just guessing it's the right time. That's why most people.
Well, you kind of talk about it, like you're like, oh, it's like she'll bring it up, like, oh, like we're thinking about getting married. Like, when are you gonna propose? Like, she'll be saying. She'll be. I think like you need that. Like, you kind of need the nudge. Like, a guy's just not gonna be, oh, I'm gonna propose today randomly without it ever having a discussion about getting married.
I mean, yeah.
Marriage needs to be on.
What if you did though? What if you did? And what if that person they give you the hints that they'll probably.
I think you need to know that you need to be on the same page before. I don't think there can't be no hints when it comes to marriage, in my opinion.
No, you just said you talk about it. Talking about it is giving you
that. But like, I'm saying that you can't go without doing that. That's what I'm saying. Right.
So I mean, it can go both ways. You can say that he didn't have like conversations and little lead ups to it, and you can say somebody jumped into it. Now, if you just jumped into it without having no lead ups, then you're you're crazy. You're doing too much. But if you had like, you guys have been together for 3 to 5 or 6 years or whatever, maybe 10 years, whatever it is, and you're ready to put a ring in it. But even then, you're fiance first, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you get fiance first. So once you get fiancé first, that means there's no way it's a wrong time. Am I wrong?
A wrong time to propose.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way it's a wrong time to propose. Because once you're engaged, you're engaged for a while, right?
No, then it was the wrong time, right? Right. If she says no, it's the wrong.
But I'm saying, are you saying after? Are you saying before you're engaged though?
Like if you're going to go, if you think you're gonna propose and then you say no, wouldn't that be considered? That's what I think is the wrong time.
So you're saying she's breaking up with you right there?
I mean, I wouldn't continue it. Like if you're telling me no now, so 3 weeks from now or a month will be different.
That's what I'm saying though. What if she tells you that not right now? She ready to. But then again though, you can say yes, but we can still push it down.
I'm putting myself in a hypothetical situation right now.
No, I mean
talking to you.
No, that's how we should think about it though. But think about it though. I agree because what's changing you saying yes now and us waiting until you're actually ready to get married? We can do the other stuff down the line. We can do it later on. You can say yes now.
Would you let your woman propose to you? If she just proposed to you, would you accept it? Not usually she's taking too long. Like she just threw it out on you, turned it around. She doesn't have to get on one knee, but that'd be crazy.
I mean,
depends
what level y'all at. Depends what level y'all are at.
She was like, every year just like fine.
It depends what level y'all are at.
If a woman proposes to a guy, you know what happens. Like, do they have a ring? Like, do they give a ring to the guy too?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it full out.
You know, like so. If a woman, damn, that's
you're gonna do what it's supposed to do.
Does that happen? Women give rings.
I mean, yeah, it probably happens, but it's also like.
But I mean, I get
that would be some boss shit.
I see women propose, but I
that
don't
would be boss shit. Like, and then like you're like, yeah, like that would show like the guy is like the.
So wait, you're agreeing that this is a breakup?
I'm agreing. Yeah, the first part. Yeah, I'm not continuing the relate yet. If like you've talked about it and like you know it's on the horizon, then she said then I think you're already. If there's some kind of hesitation, that's what's crazy about that shit, like relationships and shit like that. Like the opportunity of it, what I'm trying to say here. I just like it just ended just like that. Like you have to be so locked in. And like people like we see it everywhere. Not am I not being for real?
You say you have to be so like that's true though.
Yeah.
But that's wild. Do you know how much
that's wild to me.
Do you know how heartbroken that is though?
Yeah.
For that to happen? And that's what the not knowing it gets.
You have to be locked in every single fucking day. Like that's the shit that.
What, being in a relationship?
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's
like marriage. No, I'm saying marriage.
When you say locked in though, what do you mean?
I'm talking marriage, and it's not just.
I'm saying though, when you say locked in, what do you mean?
Like every day, like you have to be locked in step. I mean, you can do it however you want. Let me say that first. We're in the 2024 now, right?
But it's supposed to be easy though.
It's supposed to be easy, but like you have to have. I feel like the guidelines. Like you have to have, not guidelines, but like. Your vibe has to match, like everything. You have to be okay with everything that gets done, everything from financials to just like day to day, just like how you guys coexist together.
That's why you're supposed to have this person where you should be comfortable with all those things before you get married. Mm-hmm. Like when you date with this person,
half of marriages end in divorce. That's crazy.
I mean, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying though. Half. The thing is how it's supposed to be. Some people are going. The thing is the half that's happening are the people who's going to for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, half of these people in the world.
Some people are settling. You know what I'm saying? Some people are settling. Some people are just making fast, rash decisions.
Yeah.
Some people are seeing red flags and just keeping along with it.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Some people are just doing it for security, which could go back to the settling part. So you know what I'm saying? It's just some people are just doing it for a different reason. Like
that's wild to me.
And the other 50 who's even lasting.
We don't even see that.
100% happy.
Yeah. Too? You don't know that.
Hey.
Yo. Hey. It's a fascinating thing to me. Like I can really get into it.
Bro, even speaking about relationships, I know you've seen that post. That post, I wish, not even wish, but that post about when the girls, the guy who took the girls. He took the girls.
The dinner? You want more people to talk about that. Because you want like a woman. The dinner, then the wife. I can explain it, and then the wife. Sorry, she was like, "You're not gonna pay for all my friends." That one.
Right.
The birthday? That was ridiculous.
I wonder how it worked out. Did he invite everybody or he was just there?
He was just there. He came with his girl. He said, I'm going to pay for my girl and I think one of her friends or maybe it was like a relative. And then like, why don't you pay? That's a crazy situation. So
there's two scenarios to that, I think. Maybe even three.
Yeah.
But I can think about two. One.
That'll be wild. What if you were in that scenario?
That's what I'm saying. And
the bill's like $759.
No, I'm not doing that.
There's like 8 people there. Okay, not that much. Okay, let's say like realistically like 3
There
something.
was literally like 5 other girls going against him and his wife.
But I think in the video it did say like 700.
Yeah, it was 700.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's why
saying
I
there was
said
5.
700
I think it was
per
4
year,
or 5 other people who was arguing, plus the guy, his girl, and the
the people.
girl.
They're like, you're not gonna pay.
Right. So I think he went there because, and then he had the baby with them.
And the
right?
shit's probably staged anyways.
Right. So that's why if it was staged too.
Right.
So and you got people even talking about it.
Right. And people, that's what this world is, man.
Bro, for me, right? Because I heard different people say different things. Oh, if I'm taking a girl on a date, right? She's like, hey, I'm like, let's go somewhere, right? She was like, oh, a few of my friends are in town. Can they come? And I say yes. That means I said yes, and I'm coming prepared.
Sure. Yeah,
that's one.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's one. That's different. I say yes, knowing that whatever that bill is gonna be, I'm ready to take care of it. That's one, because she appropriately handled her part and respected me enough to ask me, prepare me. That's one. Because if I'm asking you on a day, I'm coming to a day, I'm thinking about me and you going to thing. 1, 2, boom. The other part is he just happened to be there.
Yeah.
For his wife to be able to go out because they had a kid. And he said, yeah, I'll take out the birthday girl who's y'all's friend. And there's 5 of y'all. What's the issue? That's 2, 3. If he organized,
this is deep right here.
I'm saying now, if
he's really getting deep. I'm just listening.
If he organized, if he was the one who was to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls, really and then the other people and say, hey, y'all come. We're doing this little thing for so and so. It says Sasha or whatever her name might be. And I'm saying, if he did that or his wife did that, then they're hosting this thing. So now you're coming expecting not to come out of pocket. For sure. You feel me? But even then, although we're not children, that's the 4th part, and I'm just adding on. We're not children. If you're coming, it's a birthday thing. You choose to come out. Come on now.
Hell yeah.
If I'm going to my friend's birthday thing, we're all going out. In my head, I'm pointing back to the side. Yo, the birthday boy, let's take care of the bill, all of us. Well, you feel me?
Yeah.
The birthday boy should be taking care of nothing. The birthday girl should be taking care of.
So, yeah, I hear what you're saying in all those aspects. I mean, my shit is very simple, which is just like, huh? People are wild. Yeah, people are wild. But my thing is simple. It's like, I'm not fucking paying for all of your friends. Why would I pay for all of your friends?
I'm looking at the scenarios. But
I know you're saying different scenarios.
There's certain scenarios you definitely would have.
But, like, still, like, I mean, if you got the money and you're just like, $800, fine. But, like, I don't even care if I had the money. I'm not spending all of that. If it's like a party,
let's say your sister's birthday, right? Yeah. And special day, she had accomplished some wild shit, whatever it is, right? For and you knew a few of her friends, and you want to organize something. Yeah. And you invited them. I
got you.
And you hit up a few people. You're expecting.
I'm expecting to.
That's what I'm saying. There's scenarios. But it wasn't none of those scenarios in that video. That's what I'm trying to get at. So that's it wasn't that in that video.
Yeah, for sure.
We went out and I happened to be there with my girl, and I said, "Oh, yo, y'all here with the birthday girl?" And I came to my girl. I'm gonna take it to the birthday girl because naturally the girls will be taking care of the birthday girl for the most part.
I couldn't imagine.
So y'all chipping. There's only 5 of y'all. $700. Hey, I'm taking care of the birthday girl. Okay, he's going to get at least $300. There's 5 of y'all. What?
Can you imagine?
Come on, man. It's not been that deep. So it's the entitlement nowadays. Just too much. Like
I would sit at that table and I would just be laughing. Like I'd be like, "What? Hell no!"
It's wild out here.
It reminds me though of like when we go out. Like we go out though, and then it's like, oh, like when you go out with a bunch of people. And then it's like, oh, when the bill comes out, just a scenario that everyone's looking, or it's like, whose card are you gonna put it on that? That scenario always makes, but it's just funny though. Right. Or if it's one person, or if it's like, oh yeah, we'll Venmo you, or you always have that one cat that's like, you know, oh yeah, I'll Venmo, or trying to like make sure it's not him that pays for it, but trying to orchestrates everything.
It's a New Year's circle. That's what it is.
Yeah, that person always makes me laugh. Or it's just like, oh, you know. Says he's gonna pay you and doesn't even Venmo you back till like 2 weeks later. Like you forget about it. It's like, dude, I don't even care anymore.
But yeah, man.
About that money.
But it's a lot good. This is definitely a lot with all the stuff you were saying earlier at the beginning. All the stuff going on in the world. It's a lot.
Yeah, talk on it. What else?
Like, I mean, I'm not no journalist or anything, but just like
we'll dig deep. We got Google right here. Google's our journalism.
Nah, I'm just saying this is a lot. You just gotta stay level headed. All the stuff going on like in Congo and just
I can't speak on Congo.
Yeah, and I'm just saying though that there's a lot of stuff going on around the world, and then we just in that little bubble.
Yeah, it's in the American bubble.
Then you see people over here building bunkers, and you're asking yourself, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's making no.
Building bunkers.
Yeah, building these little underground houses trying to save up for what? Then you hear all these other things going on. It's just a lot.
Hibernating down there. Just hibernating down there.
I mean, they're
just
trying to
stay
get ready
away
for
from
that.
society.
Eventually, when
Maybe start going to
when
space.
some shit come, hey,
You can get to space.
and people try to
Jump on one of like Elon Musk's fucking SpaceX spaceships and just get out of here.
Shit.
Would you be the first one there? You don't trust it.
Me, I don't do heights, so
You don't do heights, so I'm not doing space.
you talk
So how do you
about.
get on a plane? How do you get to Miami and back? So like, do you get nervous?
I've just.
What's your flying experience like?
I just started
Getting comfortable?
maybe 5 years ago getting comfortable.
Okay, 5 years.
being in flights.
I used to be really nervous flying too. The first flight I ever took was to Nigeria, but I went from New York. But the first flight was like from Boston to New York, and it was a smaller plane. I was scared shitless. Like I was crying. I remember that shit. And then I went to Nigeria, which was like a 13-hour flight, which was crazy.
Long.
But I didn't really get used to planes until the first plane I was on where I was finally comfortable was when I moved back from DC. I took a flight from Baltimore here.
Whoa.
And
What do you mean? What was this? This is recently?
this is like what 2017 now.
Right.
Years
Oh,
ago.
damn.
That's when I was like finally.
That was
comfortable.
recent though.
5 years ago is more recent.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, though. But
Mine was 27. Like
I'm just saying, you was
I
born
know-
in America though, so it's like.
about flying. I didn't fly a lot.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm saying, yeah.
We went to Florida with Tony when I was 15. I was scared there. He was sitting right next to me actually. I was holding my mom's hand. I was 15 years old holding my mom's hand. Trying to go to New York. Sorry, trying to go to Orlando to go to Disney World. So a lot of growth there. So it wasn't until the last flight I took to DC, then finally from there I was comfortable.
My flight from Africa.
You remember your first flight back?
First flight here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. First flight here. You remember the very first
back
one?
since.
You haven't been back. You never went back to Africa since, or Liberia ever since then?
I mean, I didn't really have much.
Like that's been a long time, like 20 years, over 20 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, not even for
just
family?
Africa's just been,
I mean, I've only been one time myself
right. I mean,
But-
yeah, you just been gonna go visit.
to visit. I'm saying, but you said you haven't been back since you came to America.
Right.
That's crazy to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Is there a reason? Are you planning to go? When you go to Liberia first, or you want to go somewhere else?
Probably Liberia.
Liberia. Do you want to go anywhere else in Africa?
Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay. Anywhere else?
Ivory Coast.
Anywhere else?
Then maybe I'll go to Ghana. No.
But yeah, I was waiting for Nigeria. I was trying to get Nigeria. He said Ghana.
Yeah, probably go to Ghana first.
But yeah, man. We touched on it a lot today.
I mean, if you come with
go
me,
to Liberia.
if you come with me on that tour, yeah, we'll go to Nigeria after.
Oh, this question. I was just watching Jeff Teague's podcast. It was so funny. This is a great way to end this. And they were talking about how you greet someone's wife or a girl. Like when you see them, like you usually like give a hug, like you give a dap them up, or some shit like that, or like a handshake. And I thought about that. I'm like, anytime like I see someone with their girl, I don't even like go for it. I'm not really a hugger in general. Like I love dapping up my boys, but like for someone's girl, I'm just like hello. I don't even go for a hug. I just wave. I dap up my boy, and then I just keep it moving. Wife, they probably don't even know my name. Like I would just, except for like my boys now, but my boy's ex-wife, like I would, because like we were like friends. Like I actually would we would greet and we would hug. I would hug her. You know who I'm talking about, Amanda, obviously.
I think it depends.
But like that was really the only person that like I knew that like was married. But like my like other friends, I would just like say hello, or if they come for the hug, like I'll just give a side hug.
Really?
Yeah, I never like give a full hug, because I know that like with one of my other friends, I remember when they had an event and like when I said hello, it was just a side hug.
I mean, I get it. I just think, yeah, it's just how relationship. Because there's certain of my friends, girls, I feel comfortable giving them a full hug.
Yeah, I was about to
it's
say.
a respectful
Yeah.
full hug. And there's other ones that will be
You
like,
have a lot of like women
hey.
friends.
Yeah, so there's like respectful ways where I do, but there's some respectful full hug you can give. Like nobody's like giving like a, you know what I'm saying?
Thrusting?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can give a hug, and what's the hug you give is like you're still like.
Wait, if you're hugging,
distance.
no, you get it.
No, I'm saying
you just went with the thrust, like that.
Yeah, I said nobody's doing that. You know what I'm saying? But you can give her a hug where none of this part is facing, but I can give her a hug like this. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can give her a hug where you kiss on the cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like kissing on the cheek.
I'm not
like,
kissing anyone's wife.
Not
bro.
like with your, like cheek to
I'm
cheek.
not doing that
Like,
to
high,
someone's
like it's
girl.
happened. Like I was just saying, cultures and relationships. No, culture.
Okay, in the culture, yeah,
relationship. Like
I'm not in any of those cultures.
Yeah,
so I'm not doing that.
But different culture relationship. Like certain culture, you come hi, they're cheek to cheek, but it's not like I'm giving a full on kiss.
I hate that.
But yeah, but it's definitely relationship.
So like with like your friends that are women that have just boyfriend, like you would do the side hug when you see them, or you give them a regular hug. I couldn't do it.
I'm saying it won't be like it's not that hug.
Could you imagine if it was?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's not.
It might be like if you haven't seen her for a while, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I feel, especially if they're friendly too, they're like, oh. And then the guy's just looking at you in the back, like.
Yeah, but it's not to that extent. You know what I'm saying?
It might be.
He definitely might be. Just
at the cookout when you come in the summer days, she's wearing those.
And you better not be that best friend. Right? The best friend she's always talking
like that
about.
Best friend she's always.
My best friend.
Aunt told me, yeah, Aunt's coming over.
And he pulls up and you give that long ass hug.
Aunt's coming over tonight. Then you get that hug. He's just looking at the porch. He's just looking straight at you. He's like, he's not coming in here.
He's like, yeah, you need to end that friendship.
You need to end that shit now.
Yeah, that hug was more than 0.5 seconds.
Hey, be careful who you hug.
You don't get 1 second hug. You have to get 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
That's the
type of hug you give. I guess that's the one you give.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I told you the only one example I had, but like I remember just others too. And even if it's someone's girl, you know, it's just a hello. More so, it's just hello. 'Cause like again, like I'm not really a hugger unless like you're my real friend. Then I'll dap you up or hug you, you know, male or female.
Yeah, no.
But like I'm not, nah. And if I'm just meeting you for the first time, it's from a distance too. It's like I'm not trying to get into it like that. But did you hear about the Snoop Dogg thing? I kind of want to talk about this before we end. The Snoop Dogg. You heard about this?
The one where he got an offer or something.
The OnlyFans offer for $100,000 for $100 million. They said, so this is what they told him, OnlyFans. They said, all you got to do is pull that thing out. the rapper told him.
Is it even real?
No, this is real, yeah. And then his wife said, ain't no way in the world she would allow me to do that, to go on there and pull my thing out for no amount of money. Snoop Dogg said, referred to his wife, Shantae, bro. Shout out the wifey. That's crazy. Would you do that? 100 million OnlyFans?
That's a conversation for you and your wife.
For you? No, I'm asking you. You don't have a wife to answer to.
I'm just saying, I'm going to have a conversation with me and my wife.
I'm saying you don't have a wife. I'm saying,
yeah. I'm saying, but we're talking about me having my wife at the moment, right?
Okay, so we do it now with the wife and then one without.
I mean, without the wife, shit. What's up?
You doing it all? You said
like what? 100 mil? I'm not selling my soul or nothing. I'm not selling my soul. I'm not selling my soul. I'm slaying some.
You would too. You all would.
I'm slaying a slum.
I'm thinking about it. Like I'm not like 100% like I would do it. That's
I'm just saying. But if I was married,
it's a lot though.
Yeah, it is a one. I mean, it's gonna be. Not one and done. Social media era. It's gonna be one and done up in the web.
Yeah, it's there forever.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Your face is in it too.
Hey.
Like Jerry's like, I'm not answering this shit.
That way I can change that.
As long as you're not ashamed of your thing, like, you should be good. 100 mil, that's cool.
Who's got an answer to? You don't know what your future's gonna look like. I mean, you don't care about future. I got 100 mil. I'm growing that, right? Is that your answer?
Bro, you get 100 mil. You invest it in the right way. You don't have to use.
What else do I gotta do? You
don't have to use your name or your face. I mean, you don't have to use your face for none of those things. You invest it in different ways where your face won't be used, and then nobody have to worry about that.
Imagine just being in a Snoop Dogg privilege of saying, "I'm not doing that. I don't have to do that."
I mean, yeah, Snoop Dogg.
I'm saying that's a nice place to be.
100
to
mil,
just turn down 100 mil. Be like,
Snoop Dogg probably is doing that.
I mean, but like to be in that position.
Yeah.
Because anyway, like we've all said here, again, I'm questionable. I haven't said I would officially do it, but like it seems like at least you all two have been like, definitely.
I mean, shit.
Like, what else do I gotta do?
I'm not telling my mom. Like,
you're not telling her. She's gonna find out. Oh, you will tell. You have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm have a conversation. Like, hey, mom.
Would you have a conversation with your family?
I might. Shit, I might tell them.
DeSode. He said DeSode. That's a Bohemian family.
I might tell them. Damn, but I do want to have kids. Though your kids.
Yeah, your kids too will see that. Well, not. Hopefully they don't see. I mean, they will find it, but that's why I said I'm questionable because there's too much future. You gotta think of your future. But 100 mils, fuck your future.
I'm not selling my soul. I'm not wearing a dress.
I was about to speak about that. Yo,
so I'm trying to think about the things that I'm not doing. So hey,
so you wouldn't wear a dress? But you would do that. So you wouldn't wear a dress for $100 million?
I'm breaking things down, breaking it down. I didn't say it fully. Yes, I'm trying to break it down. Like,
would you paint your fingernails?
No. Hell no. I'm not painting my fingernails.
So if a girl, I dated a girl once that was like, this was like 3 years ago, that was like, it was like begging me to paint my fingernails. I was like, hell, this was 3 years ago. I was like, hell no. I was like, get out of here.
Like, bro, when I was in Africa, right? When I was in Africa, I grew up.
Shea Brissett.
I grew up around a lot of women, right? And the girls down two houses down from me, there was like there were sisters, and they had their cousins to come over. So there was 3 girls, and we used to always all hang out as kids. And I used to always play house and play kids and play Barbie dolls and play with all this shit. And I used to play with them. I used to be the dad and all that extra shit, right?
In the dollhouse?
Just like playing mother and father.
You were the dad all
mother
the
and
time.
father. Yeah, like little mother and father.
I can't
but
picture
I never came out. I'm not judging nobody, but I never saw that stuff. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not thinking, no, I'm not paying my nails.
Yeah, that's a trend. Because I'm saying that's a
doing
trend
it.
now. That's like a trend in your generation,
I'm
you
not
would say,
judging
right?
nobody for whatever you want.
Or so? You don't, no?
You paint your nails, too? You paint your nails?
No.
Hell no.
For $100 mil, though?
100 mil?
For 100 mil?
To paint your nails?
For 100 mil?
Show your face?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just painting your nails.
You have to dress like it, though.
What you said?
You have to fit the character. You have to fit the character.
So you're saying you have to dress up like in a dress?
You have to fit the character.
That's too much.
They're going to just paint your nails and wear boy clothes.
True.
You going to paint your nails and play the role.
No, but the thing is, like, just like now, like, it's for real now. Like, I mean, it's been for a couple of years, but like, you know, it's normal for men to paint their nails.
That's wild. But hey, to each his own.
To each their own.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be telling you that. What are you pinching your nails for? Like, what are you doing? But hey, to each his own. If that's a new swag these days, I don't know.
He does right there. Shea Brissett. I mean, you can't see the TV.
I'm an '80s baby.
He's an '80s baby, man.
I'm an '80s baby, so I'm
You're
not
90s.
really on that. I'm not.
You don't remember any of the '80s. You're a '90s baby. Don't say that. It's because you was born in the '80s.
I was born in the '80s.
You don't remember 1 second of any of the '80s.
I mean,
You don't have any memory. You were just there. You just existed. Just existed.
You can still call it. You can still say out full '90s baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I give a little bit. I was born in the
But
80s.
yeah, you dabble in the '80s. Yeah. Did a little 2-step for a couple of years.
Yeah, but I'm still an old soul though.
Yeah. So like '70s.
I mean,
What is your soul like? What's like the music of your soul? Can I answer that if you don't have an answer right away?
Barry White,
So that's like old school.
Luther.
That's like '80s, '70s.
Yeah,
Very white.
you know what
I'm
I'm
'90s.
saying?
Like I'm '90 R&B.
I mean, of course. I mean, the '90s though, definitely like Keith Sweat, Sil. You know,
So-
I definitely like going up more a little bit. Usher, but
Ooh,
I think,
Usher.
I like
I
the
love
'8701 Usher though. '8701
I love
Usher.
that album.
You know
You
what
know
I'm
what
saying?
Usher's-
Confessions and all that was cool, but like the '8701 Usher.
that was a
That's
special.
the
That was a
Usher
special era.
Genuine and all those
Genuine.
people down there.
Pony
Actually, I had a
and them
Genuine-
jeans.
I actually won a Genuine CD in middle school.
You won it
Yeah.
because of the talent show,
Yeah, it wasn't talent show. Something happened.
like a raffle,
It wasn't. Yeah.
and they just gave you the hard copy CD.
Yeah,
Just
the
boom.
whole. Yeah.
Wow, you had to open up the plastic. You read the book.
Yeah.
That's-
Literally.
People don't do that anymore.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Not at all.
Because you just have the streaming shit. You just go
Yeah.
on the iPad, on the iPhone, and just Apple Music or Spotify. You can't remember. You used to read through the booklet,
Yeah.
like front to back. That's
Yeah.
crazy when you think about it.
Go see what tracks is what.
See the track, you
what
read
track
it, then you
what.
can read all the names on
Yeah.
it, see whoever written. You don't know what the fuck that shit means, but you you read it anyways. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Usher because you know he's performing at the Super Bowl, obviously, and then I just watched an interview with him
That's
like
gonna be
yesterday.
lit.
And
What's
it's
the Super Bowl happening again?
like second Sunday in February.
Second Sunday, I know it's
Yeah.
second week usually.
So he said like so they asked him like what's your favorite song to perform, and he said Superstar was off the Confessions album. That's my
yeah.
favorite Usher song. If he performs that shit at the, because I'm gonna be probably here, but you're gonna be working, so you won't be here. So I'm gonna be here singing that shit myself. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Usher song. They thought it would be like
Spotlight.
That's my
Big stage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sing it.
3,000 fans.
yeah because that's like the big That's my favorite Usher song, but yeah, he's in it now. Go ahead, sing to the camera, sing to the ladies.
My bodyguard. Yo.
Nice and slow is my karaoke
I
song.
love you.
Because I think probably saw the video on my phone from like 4 years ago. Feel like 13.
Yo, that's that shit right there.
Damn, let it drop. Because I'll be a superstar. Yeah, this guy's getting me into it, but I can't sing right now. I'm not trying to sing right now. Oh, yeah, copy. Yeah, you can't get too much into it. Can't get too much in it, but we'll be
This
good.
is your metaphor to show you I adore.
Let him go. Let him go. Go off. Go off. Go
I
off.
love you. Alright.
I'm about to play that
We
shit
wrapping
after.
up?
Yeah, we're wrapping up on that note.
Alright, that's
On
our
that
episode.
note. On that note. Wait. Yeah. On that note.
A little intro for
A little
2024.
intro. We'll have more guests. Jules, hopefully join us next month.
Second
We're hoping to
episode
come.
definitely gonna
We're
be
gonna have
more.
some people for sure. For sure.
Definitely more like
You know, again, please remember to subscribe to the podcast. Here on YouTube, hit us on the like button. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. All that good stuff. You'll be seeing us some more. And on that note, from our guy City, Chef Fano, Scoop Moore.
That's per usual.
We out. As per usual, we out.